The much-touted India-UK free trade deal is in the eye of a storm. It's called Angel's Share of Whiskey. The trade deal negotiations have resulted in a tug-of-war between the Indian whiskey makers and the UK counterparts. What's brewing here? Our next report getting you all the details. There are also fresh developments and reactions from car makers. What is that all about? Take a look.
So what is the Angel's Share issue? Angel's Share is the name for the alcohol that evaporates while it is being aged and matured in wooden caskets before becoming whiskey. According to legends, angels come and drink their share of alcohol while it ages in barrels in dark basements. UK wants the Angel's Share period to be defined as 3 years before any spirit can be called as whiskey. But Indian whiskey makers counter that and say the weather conditions in India are hot. And as such, Indian makers argue that the Angel's Share would be much larger if the spirit is allowed to age for 3 years. The makers say over a third of alcohol will be lost. The other contentious issue in the ongoing trade deal discussions is India's import tax on UK whiskey. Currently, there is a 150% import duty on Scotch whiskey. UK wants a significant reduction in that. UK whiskey makers want that cut to 75% immediately and reduced further to 30% over the next 3 years. But Indian alcohol makers are against that proposal. Instead, they want a $5 minimum import cost in addition to the import duty. The domestic spirit makers cited a 40% rise in Scotch whiskey imports as evidence to counter UK's accusations that the spirit wasn't getting enough chances in India. Separately, Indian car makers agreed to slam the brakes on import taxes for a limited number of vehicles in a trade deal with Britain. That turbocharged agreement promises to provide better access to India's roaring automobile market. According to Reuters, the import tax rates, currently as high as 100%, will be gradually reduced to 10% over 5 years. However, there is a catch. The tax reduction applies to a maximum of 46,200 vehicles, and the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, or SIAM, stated that they are even open to a 0% import tax if the need arises during negotiations. So while there is a consensus on one aspect, the tug-of-war on whiskey suggests the deal may take longer than previously thought. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.